Hey, good morning. Well, maybe it's not morning for you, it's morning for me. Normally, when I'm out here, I'm making calls, talking to people, building my team, working on deals, communicating. This morning, I'm mostly thinking about what happened this weekend. It rocked my world. So, what was that? Well, on Saturday, I emailed a friend of mine who's releasing a book this week. And I said, would you like me to interview you and help you promote the book? And I gave him some times in the future, and one of the times was yesterday, Sunday, about a day later. And that's the time he picked. So Saturday night, and most of the day Sunday, I immersed myself reading this book, preparing for the interview, and deciding on what questions I was going to ask him. In the process of doing that, I confronted the facts of what he was presenting in this book. The name of the book is Angry White Male. And the label is very interesting because the theme of his book is about how businesses and the middle class is being destroyed in America. And most of the businesses that are owned by people in America are owned by white people. He is very, very clear that he is not discriminating against ethnic groups, not at all. In fact, he's very much positive, in favor, respectful of ethnic groups. He's very concerned about what's happened to blacks in America in the past 8 years under our current presidential leadership, or so-called presidential leadership. But back to my point of what I've been concerned about ever since reading the book and doing this interview, I generally knew that the economy was not in great shape. I know about the national debt. I know that the unemployment statistics that we read in the newspaper are wrong. But I didn't know that 93 million people are between the age of 18 and 65 are eligible to work, and they're not. I didn't know that more than 50% of the population is on some sort of entitlement program. I didn't know how much money is devoted or given, how much money and resources are given to people who are illegal immigrants in our country at the expense of those who are legally here, who are Americans. And the most disastrous category for me is our veterans. I didn't know this. I didn't know the exact data. So I'm thinking about all this information, and I'm looking at, well, what can I do? Well, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm talking about this book, Angry White Male. You'll see it promoted on my social media pages. You'll see that I have a website page, a blog page, Angry White Male, at stevepolit.com. And I want people to pay attention. And if they pay attention because of something that I did, that's good. For me, I come back to what people need to start taking responsibility, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to encourage the people that are relying on the government for entitlements to begin taking responsibility for their lives. It's not sustainable. What happens if the money runs out? When the money runs out? And there are no entitlements. There's no money to pay the entitlements. What are these people going to do? You have to take responsibility. And there's many options. There's many, many options. The medical device industry, the medical device company that I represent, is an option. You can join that company and start making a business and a life and a team for less than $300. I mean, come on. Take responsibility. And that's not the only option. It's one that I love. It's one that I've picked, and it's one that I'm sticking with forever because I know what it does. I know the value that it brings, and I see the results. But there are other options. You got to take responsibility. So I'm really thinking a lot today about the direction of our country. Very concerned about that. I'm concerned about our leadership that we've elected that's driven us further into the ground. I'm concerned that we may not elect new leadership that will help us solve these problems. Very concerned. But in the meantime, I can only do what I can do, and I have to be responsible for my own life. And I'm encouraging you to do the same. Contact me for more information. Look at stevepolit.com for Angry White Male. Listen to that interview. It's about 45 minutes. It's a great interview with the author, Wayne Allen Root. Come to your own conclusions about what's going on. Read the book. Come to your own conclusions. It's going to be released on Amazon on August the 23rd. You can get the Kindle version immediately. It's shocking to me. It was shocking to me, and I was generally aware of most of the information in the book. I just wasn't focused on the actual facts. Facts. Reach out to me. I will help you. If you want to get started on being responsible for your own life, stevepolit@gmail.com. You can text me, 727-224-4743. I'd love to talk to you, share with you how I am taking even more responsibility for my life, and in doing so, focusing on helping a lot of other people. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.